Yo, what is up, guys? We are back with another Project Architect 2 video. In today's we're gonna get into a few things. One, I want to get into quantum bridges, and the reason for that is so that we can have infinite power or infinite range on our wireless crafting terminal. And the way we do that is we need to craft 8 quantum rings in a quantum link chamber and then just connect it to our system, which I have a cool way in my head of doing it. We'll see how it goes, but it shouldn't be too bad. All we have to do is we can request craft these. So if we go quantum, should be able to request 8 of these like that, and then one of those, which we are going to need some flux dust. Which I don't know if we can put in here. We cannot. So it's going to have to be in a inscriber, which we can do that right here. This will only allow 4 to go through. Put that stack in there. Hopefully that speeds up. And then, so we grab these 8 out, and then we only need quantum. We need one of these. So we can make just like so. And then now what we can do is if we take a cable like this one and we place it, actually we're going to take 4 of them. We don't have to do 4, but for cosmetic purposes I'm going to do 4. 2, 3. Oh. And what we're going to do is we are just going to bring this around like so. And then connect it in the middle like that. And these should be connecting. Wonder if it can't be that kind. What other cables do we have? Let's see if one of these will work. No? Does it have to be connected in the middle? Which, if that's the case, that's fine. Has to be connected to one of those. Okay, so we're gonna need a few more white cables than I thought. So we are going to have to wrap it around like so. So that's connected fully around, and it looks like that. And now what we can do is we can go back over here real quick. So this should be done. Yeah, we can toss that back in there, turn that back to 4. Toss those in there. Now we need to make a quantum bridge card, which we can auto craft that. Because I showed it how to make that. So now we have our quantum bridge card, and what we can do is we can toss this in here for right now, but that's not it. That's not all we have to do. So we're gonna need some TNT. How do you make mini TNT? Mini TNT. It's like that. I'll take a mini TNT. Button. Do we have a button? No. Redstone torch will work. And then we need to go upstairs, I believe. So if we get, so let's go to sleep real quick. And I believe if we go quantum infused, entangled, so we just need ender dust or a ender pearl. Is that what that says? Or ender pearl. We can just use the ender pearl because I'm lazy. Actually, we have ender dust, so we can't use ender dust. Now, if we go up here, I've had this crafting singularities for a little bit now. And so what I will do is we'll fly over here so we don't destroy the base. And what we will do is place this down, drop one of those, drop one of those. Redstone torch. And then now that should have gave us 2 quantum entangled singularities. So now if we go back to the base, and we go down here, what we can do, I believe, is we can go in here, toss the quantum and singularity there, and if we go into our crafting unit, there's a spot there when we have the card. So now we should have wireless ranged cross-dimensional. Should. We'll see how it works as we go through the rest of the tasks today, which some of those tasks are going to be just finishing leveling up our armor because we have the EMC right now to do so. So all we need to do is create the black hole ring, which we can do like so. And then there is the ring of arcane, which is a lot more expensive than I thought. So we're not going to do that. What about the chest plate? We can make a blood crystal. It's not that we can't do that. I just don't really feel like it right now, if I'm being honest. And then we need buckets because they're already pretty strong. And then if we go into over here, we have a lava tank. We should be able to craft this like so, and we should be able to craft this. So now we have some more armor. And so now we have the armor done. Our next task is to go to the deep dark and also to go to the deeper darker. And the way we're going to accomplish this is by using a explorer's compass. And I wanted to get the wireless singular, like the complete wireless setup, so that when we are in these different dimensions, we are able to just access our inventory, no issue. And it is called a Warden. Is it Warden? Deep Ancient City? Ancient City, I believe. So let's go find this Warden. It tells us direction, doesn't tell us exactly where it's at, so we just have to fly until we get there, which it's usually in a mountain. So once we get there, I'll be right back. All right, so I believe we found it because it just turned us around right here at this area. And that's kind of what it's doing. So if we dig down straight right here, we should find ourselves we should dig straight into the end city or dark or deep dark. So that's exactly what we're just going to do. We're just going to dig down, hopefully find it, which we will skip past this part right here. Just dig down right here, turn our night vision on, which is Shift X, so now we can see in the dark. The deep dark's usually pretty far down, so yep, boom, here we are. And first things I want to do, which it looks to be working already, is put a waypoint down, or waystone down. But it looks to be so deep dark. It looks to be that our what is this called? Our inventory is actually working. And so what we need to do is we do need to kill the Warden, and that is everything that we need, which is a skulk bone. How do you get skulk bones? We'll find out later on. We can do some looting while we're waiting for this guy to show up. I'm not too nervous to fight him, because our sword is pretty OP. We'll take this stuff though. Ancient Tome of Fortune. That sounds nice. Alright, he should have spawned by now. I'm not being quiet, guys. Take this gold block, because why not? I think you need silk touch for this, though. Yeah, you do. Oh, I think he's spawning. All right, here we go. Here we go. Which, ooh, can we make a swab real quick? Swab. Can't make a swab because I do want to swab for future reference. We'll get into mob swabs later on. But I do want to swab him. Hey, sir. There we go. Okay. We're not taking any damage. So we did kill him, but it's not the way I wanted to kill him. We should be able to... Alright, so I did finally figure out, I believe, the function that we were looking for. For some reason, keybind was completely different than most. So that is annoying, but I believe we figured it out. So now we have this guy spawning. Now if I press C, just one taps him. It absolutely destroys him, which there's another one right here. I'll show you exactly how it works. Just look at him, press C. He's dead. That easy, that simple. So now we get to move on to the next step, which is going to take the heart of the warden, and we need to find the middle structure in which we basically spawned in at, which is a little irritating with the dark going on. Here we go. Okay, we can see a little bit. Oh, there's one guy right here. Take him out. Or this other one just spawned. Okay. Alright, can we be done spawning them now? Okay, found it. I don't need to fight that one. So what we can do is take this. I believe we just toss it in there, maybe? Or was it right click? Turn this to shapeless. Boom. Now we can go into the deeper, darker dimension. This is supposed to be a very, very cool dimension. Let's first grab a waystone, which our cross-dimensional is working, which is amazing. We can toss all this stuff in there. Put the deeper, darker. So now we have a way to get here. And so now that we have the heart of the deep, we need skulk bones, which you get from shattered creatures. Skulk crystals, which you get from stalkers. And soul dust, which you can get from leeches or snappers, or I believe you can loot it. Oh, that's some bones right there. Pretty easy. Not much of a challenge. So now we just need to find a few different structures. I think there's a structure in here that we can search for. All right, so if we go What is it? It is a pyramid. What? Ancient. Oh, is it a temple? I think it's a temple. Ancient temple dimension other side, which I want to say this is that's the dimension that we're in, is the other side. So we can go ahead and find this, which should have everything that we need inside of it. If we come across any other creatures, we go ahead, slay them, and get everything that we need. I think these are just stalkers. Yeah. Not too worried about those guys. Oh, and I think we just found it. So we can just loot everything from in here. Warden is spawning in here. It's gonna be a little annoying. But again, not too worried about it. Found some dust. And I believe that's just the first layer. I believe we can crush these. Ooh. Let's hurry up and dump our inventory. Hi, guy. There's another layer. I believe we can go down. Go ahead. Oh, there's a diamond block right here. I'll take that. There we go. Take the gold block. And here we have the sculk transmitter, which will steal that. Curious. Ooh, an ender chest. I'm gonna go down here and just pick these guys out. And I think we're done. I think we have gained everything on the list. Let's go back to the base. And then now we should be able to craft a warden. Okay, so now that we're back at the base, we should be able to craft a warden plushie, which we can. We should honestly be able to craft more than that, but we only had enough for one crystal. But that is a-okay, because if we go to our thing right here, we get a quest reward, we get prismarine crystals, which I don't know if we've learned that yet. But we can throw all these in there. We can grab a pedestal out. We can go place this down in the base. As our fourth one. Place it down like that. Now we have 4 out of the 9 needed to make archer meat. Next one is the dragon one, so maybe we'll find ourselves diving deeper into the end and figuring that stuff out. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.